JJ is, like a big brother. He's someone that I talk to pretty consistently.
Currently a broadcaster and a podcast host of multiple podcasts and really just enjoying those things.
Probably gonna have to wait till after the finals.
Probably.
The Lakers have officially made their decision, but insiders are scattered about in regards to what that decision is. And you rarely see these types of events occur, and it makes it all the more interesting for all of us. Because according to one insider, JJ Redick is the next head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. But the Lakers are doing everything they possibly can to cover it up. So what's going on, and why are the Los Angeles Lakers doing this? And is JJ Redick truly the next head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers? Well, we're here to get to the bottom of all of this. Before we get to the content, we are on the grind to 1 million subscribers. 75,000 subscribers away. So if you want to join our grind, make sure you subscribe and turn on our notifications to help the channel grow. Now that we get all that out of the way, do the intro. This is practically free money. To celebrate game 1 of the NBA Finals, PrizePicks is giving us a free square. All Jason Tatum needs is 1 point in the first game of the NBA Finals. To give you the best advantage, I highly recommend you enter these picks ASAP, because the closer you get to the game, the more likely the lines are going to get slimmer and slimmer. First, download PrizePicks and use my promo code TheFlightMike to get up to $100 of your deposit matched, and then enter this pick for game 1. Obviously, we're going to go with Jason Tatum. He's clearly going to get a point, but Derek Lively has always been able to get over 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists when he's been fully healthy. We're going to pick more on this. And then if you want to get really spicy, Derek White should easily be able to get 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He's done that for the last 5 games. I'm going to put $25 to win $125. And I give away additional picks on my Instagram story at TheFlightMike, but make sure you're followed there as well. And thank you, PrizePicks, for the sponsor. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? The moment the Los Angeles Lakers lost in the first round of the NBA playoffs, there was one thing that everybody was certain of. The Lakers weren't going to bring back Darvin Ham. I mean, just look at what Anthony Davis had to say just 2 games into the matchup versus the Nuggets.
We have stretches where we just don't know what we're doing on both ends of the floor, and those are the ones that cost us.
Memes of Darvin Ham would come out of him holding up a clipboard saying contest without fouling. Everybody knew that Darvin Ham had to go, but was an upgrade truly available for the Los Angeles Lakers? Or is this a case of LeBron James trying to force the Lakers' hand? After all, he's made multiple indirect threats to the Los Angeles Lakers. First, by showing up to the Cleveland Cavaliers game in the middle of the game. I mean, he didn't show up from the beginning of the game. He showed up in the middle of the game and he sat in the front row. He wanted everybody to see him make an appearance.
I'm sure you could say, Mike, LeBron was just there because he was in town for Mother's Day.
But there's way too many coincidences happening. Rich Paul literally said LeBron is entering free agency.
LeBron's a free agent. You have to decide, I got to focus on his business, and he should be focused on his business. Let the Lakers hire whoever they want to hire, and he's always and played for whatever coach is there.
Now, what could LeBron James be gunning for? Well, there's 4 things he could be gunning for. 1 is a brand new contract. If LeBron James is to get a maximum deal throughout his 40s, it would be absolutely unprecedented, but in my opinion, there wouldn't really be anyone in NBA history that deserves it more than LeBron James. And I don't think this is something that the Lakers would really argue with him about. The second thing is the Lakers drafting Bronny, which I can imagine being very important to LeBron, even though he recently changed his stance from
I want him to get to the NBA. I want to be on the sand. I want to be on the court with him. I think that would be an unbelievable moment.
Who do you want to play with?
Bronny is number 1 on my list.
That's dope.
He's number 1 on my list that I want to play with.
To him saying, I don't care if I play with Bronny anymore. Wow, what a switch up. Could it be that LeBron is just saying this because he doesn't want other teams to think that he would sign with them just from drafting his son? Who knows? The third would be a threat to the Lakers to improve the roster, which is something that LeBron did even last year when he said this following the Western Conference Finals.
But I don't know. I got a lot to think about, to be honest. And just for me personally, going forward with the game of basketball
Got a lot to think about.
And then the final theory is the Lakers hiring who LeBron wants as a head coach, which LeBron is claiming he isn't involved in the head coaching search. But come on, when has LeBron never had influence over who's coaching him? I mean, the man tried getting Eric Spoelstra fired, for crying out loud, when he was in Miami. He got David Blatt fired in the middle of the season when he was in Cleveland, despite them having the top record. And even though that worked out, LeBron has been notorious for always trying to use his influence to be the general manager. It's why he got the nickname Le GM. And the reason why it's frustrating is he's rarely successful, and when he fails, he doesn't take responsibility for it. The best example is the fact that the Lakers dismantled their championship winning roster. They traded Kyle Kuzma and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to the Washington Wizards alongside other players that didn't make their championship roster like Montrezl Harrell and a first round pick to bring in Russell Westbrook. This wasn't a move that Rob Pelinka wanted, but it was something that LeBron James wanted. Ultimately, it set back the Lakers by 2 years, and at the end of the day, everyone pointed the blame finger at Rob Pelinka, not LeBron James, for this decision. But in this case, the Lakers might be able to help LeBron James, primarily because the Lakers are in position to select Bronny James, whether that's in the first round or in the second round. Please God, be in the second round. And if you take a look at the available head coaches, it seems like the Lakers have made their decision. Now look, leading up to this, many analysts were speculating that the Lakers were going to hire JJ Redick. 3 weeks ago, JJ Redick said this.
Coaching. Look, I am currently a broadcaster and a podcast host of multiple podcasts and really just enjoying those things. Very fortunate to be doing this. Coaching thing. Channing and RJ, I would guess there's a part of you, and it's a very, very small part of me that misses playing, like actually playing basketball, right? There's a small part of me that misses shooting a basketball or, coming off a screen and shooting. But it's a small part of me. What I really miss is the juice. I miss the action. I miss the competition. I miss leadership. I miss being on a team, like in a locker room, like physically in a locker room after winning a road game.
But as time went on, Adrian Wojnarowski explained that James Borrego was in the mix to be the Lakers' next head coach.
Lakers now are starting to bring in candidates for longer, in-depth interviews. They had a series of, kind of get-to-know-you interviews with people they didn't know as well. I'm told that New Orleans top assistant James Borrego is meeting with the Lakers today in L.A. This is his second meeting. He was the head coach in Charlotte for 3 years. He's a very serious candidate in this Lakers search, but they're going to bring in more. And there's going to be, I think, over the next few weeks, you're going to see, more candidates come back in and dig a little deeper with the Lakers on this head coaching job. They're nowhere close on this one.
But nobody was buying it. Everybody knew that the Lakers were targeting JJ Redick. Even Chris B. Haynes pointed it out, that the Lakers were probably waiting for the finals to conclude in order to make their announcement.
Are the Lakers waiting to announce their head coach until the finals are over? Because that coach might be working the final?
Yeah, I would be very surprised if their next head coach is anybody but JJ Redick. Everything that I'm hearing is JJ Redick.
There are reports that JJ Redick was already assembling his coaching staff.
From what I know, he's doing some background, calling some candidates, some assistant coaching candidates who might be able to join his staff or might not be able to join his staff. And so, I'm pretty positive it'll be JJ.
And his coaching staff sounds kind of solid. I mean, Scott Brooks, Sam Cassell, and Jared Dudley. Ex-Lakers guard Rajon Rondo is under consideration. It's kind of crazy when you realize that two of these players used to be LeBron James's teammates. So essentially, LeBron James is surrounding himself with basketball minds that he trusts to help him make decisions mid-game. It's crazy. He's literally trying to take the individuals that he enjoys talking basketball with the most via a podcast and apply it into in-game situations. Scott Brooks is great because he's a veteran head coach that has had to coach multiple stars throughout his career, like Kevin Durant, James Harden, Russell Westbrook with Thunder, Russell Westbrook with the Wizards, Bradley Beal with the Wizards. Rajon Rondo has been lauded for his basketball IQ, and LeBron has even said that Rajon Rondo should get into coaching.
Which guys, by the way, the processing speed, I mentioned a few guys.
Yeah.
Guys you played with, guys you played against.
Yeah.
That you think have that sort of high-level basketball IQ?
Rajon Rondo.
Yeah.
For sure. He can process, flip, do things on the go. Like, it's very weird to me that he's not coaching at a high level. I think it's because he doesn't want to do it.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
And ironically, that was in a podcast with JJ Redick. So it seems like everything is gearing towards JJ Redick being hired by the Lakers. But upon hearing this information, yesterday Brian Windhorst pushed back against it.
But there's a very strong attempt, maybe I'm giving away my feelings by saying attempt. There's a very strong message coming out that the Lakers are still early in their process, that there's still steps to be done, and that they're being very thorough and there's nothing to see here, and don't worry about that.
Probably gonna have to wait till after the finals.
Now, here's the thing. If the Lakers aren't sold on JJ Redick, if the Lakers have interviewed James Borrego and JJ Redick, and if they don't want to hire JJ Redick, then why don't they announce who their next head coach is already?
And so I will report that that is what I am being told by multiple people, and Adrian Wojnarowski has reported the same thing. We're not at the checking the boxes or, dotting the I's, T's, whatever, that this is still very much of a process, still very up in the air. And then there is information out there otherwise involving JJ Redick. I will just sit here and I will tell you that my information on this is scattered. I have some people saying this is JJ Redick's job that I trust, and I have some people saying that this is a process that is not complete. I suspect I know something, but I am just going to tell you that there's multiple streams of information.
So there's a lot of conflicting reports, and probably the biggest conflicting report was when Shams Charania said this. So according to Shams Charania, the Lakers are zeroing in on JJ Redick as the front runner to be the next coach. Now, the article opens up by saying no final decision has been made yet, and the Lakers still have steps remaining in their head coaching search process. But the indications are strong that JJ Redick is their leading choice at this stage. The Lakers search has been seriously focused on two candidates, JJ Redick and Pelicans associate head coach James Borrego, over the last couple of weeks. Redick was the first candidate to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lakers 3 weeks ago, and Borrego did an in-person interview with the Lakers officials for a second time last week, and the franchise has been impressed with him during the process. AD and Borrego, who overlapped briefly in New Orleans, have also built a rapport recently. From my interpretation, it really depends on how the Lakers want to move forward. If you want to move forward building around LeBron James and his style of basketball, you hire JJ Redick. JJ Redick is LeBron's guy. But if you want to buy into this notion that the Los Angeles Lakers are Anthony Davis's team, then you're going to go forward with James Borrego. A lot of this depends on whether or not LeBron James returns to the Lakers to begin with. Something that I must admit I'm kind of indifferent about. Nothing up against LeBron James. I have a lot of appreciation for the championship he's won for us. I have a lot of appreciation for the fact that Laker games and Laker storylines have been that much more interesting since he joined the Los Angeles Lakers. But at the same time, LeBron James is 39 years old. He's going to turn 40 in December. There are so many better ways for him to win a championship than returning to the Los Angeles Lakers that I wouldn't blame LeBron James for deciding to join the Philadelphia 76ers, which in my opinion is the best way for him to win a championship. I wouldn't hold it against him, and it's very consistent with what LeBron James has done in the past. Put himself in the best position to win a championship each and every time. I'd honestly prefer for that than the Lakers trying to swing a huge trade for Trae Young or Donovan Mitchell, because even if the Lakers do get Trae Young or their dream scenario, which is Donovan Mitchell, they still wouldn't be good enough to compete in the Western Conference, and I firmly believe that. You could call me crazy, but we've already seen the Phoenix Suns try to build a big three of Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker. There's some good pieces on that team like Yusuf Nurkic. Defensively, they were very flawed, and maybe they didn't have the right head coach for them. But building a big three or a super team is such an outdated way to build a basketball team that I would rather us keep our assets, part ways with LeBron James, build around Anthony Davis, and try to put Anthony Davis in the best position to compete in the West. Because even if we kept LeBron James and we brought in a third star, I feel like we're still a first round or maybe even a second round exit. And that's not a testament to the Lakers being bad or LeBron James being bad. That's more of a testament to how strong the Western Conference is. Now, the Lakers have had interviews with Sam Cassell of the Boston Celtics, Chris Quinn of the Miami Heat, Mike Onori, and David Adelman. Bro, Mike Onori would be awesome. I would love to have him as our head coach. But here's the thing, this has Redick written all over it. I mean, multiple sources briefed on the matter said one person who has become a respected unofficial resource for the Lakers during the process is legendary former Duke coach Mike Krzyzewski, whose deep knowledge of candidates such as Redick and others provides a lens into the culture the organization organization wants and the characteristics of a potential staff around the next head coach. Krzyzewski's history with the Lakers goes back to 2004 when Jerry Buss made a strong yet unsuccessful offer to hire Coach K. Man, I remember that just like it was yesterday. We got this close to having Coach K coach Kobe Bryant. Instead, we got Rudy T, who wasn't able to make it through the season. Now, the Lakers want their version of Eric Spoelstra, and Shams even mentions this. The Lakers have been seeking a coach who has the potential and staying power to be their head man for now and the long term, as someone who will command the locker room and hold players accountable, as well as tirelessly game plan and provide a level of structure and organization. According to those sources, it believed the franchise views Redick as the candidate who can check those boxes. Sources have described Lakers officials as infatuated with Redick and his potential as a coach. The way this article ends is insane, by the way. I mean, I can't believe Shams closed it out like this. Redick has yet to coach above the youth level. He's the most forward-facing of the candidates given his high-profile playing career, run as a media personality, and his recent Mind the Game podcast with LeBron James. Nevertheless, James has made it known that he is staying out of the team's coaching search, according to people involved in the matter. Right. I don't really believe that. I'm sorry, I don't. Everybody knows who LeBron James's top candidate is. Of course, LeBron wants his podcast partner as his next head coach. There's no question about it. Otherwise, he wouldn't be making all these threats. It looks like the Los Angeles Lakers have officially made their decision. How do I feel about it if JJ Redick is the next head coach? I don't necessarily know. It would indicate specific things. If JJ Redick is the next head coach of the Lakers, you could expect LeBron James to return. It's kind of like when the Cleveland Cavaliers were making a run at Tom Izzo during 2010. Tom Izzo wanted to guarantee that LeBron James would return. The Cavaliers couldn't make that guarantee, and LeBron James ended up going to the Miami Heat. It's very similar to that, but ultimately I expect the decision to be JJ Redick. How do I feel about this as a Laker fan? I'm kind of indifferent. I'm very pessimistic about the Los Angeles Lakers being successful this year. And it's nothing against the Los Angeles Lakers, it's just this past year we had a fully healthy AD and a fully healthy LeBron James. And we were a first round exit and a play-in team. And I don't necessarily know our way out of that, respectfully. And it's not me trying to be a hater on the Lakers. I love my Lakers. It's just me being realistic. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all this, man. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.